G'day guys, thanks for visiting Richard's Corner. My name is Richard and this is another haul reveal video with items found from my friends over at the Salvation Army Thrift Store here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. If you haven't seen a haul reveal video before, this is basically where I will pick out a big package from my gigantic pile here and I do a reveal on what I found. I often compare what I found, what I paid for what I found, as well as online pricing on eBay and other places where you can buy similar collectibles, and sort of see how far ahead that I got. So just trying to encourage thrifty collecting versus having to pay online pricing for something really cool and collectible. But a lot of these packages speak to me on certain levels, as far as speaking to my childhood, or I just think that they look cool. And as you can see from my growing collection of things around my corner, I just can't stop. So thank you so much for visiting Richard's Corner today. I hope you enjoyed this haul reveal, and let's see what goodness I found today. So as you can see here, we have everything laid out, and again, this is another dense haul from my friends over at the Salvation Army Thrift Store. And as you can see, it was just gigantically packed with all these generic soldier and farm animal characters, quite an interesting mix. And then we've got a few more detailed animal characters. Actually, this really bearded dragon's really cute. And there we've got some fantastical creatures over here. Then we've got some stuff from Despicable Me, Singh. We've got Sesame Street, Teen Titans, generic fun 3D game, which looks really interesting. Charlie Brown, Lucy there, again, Despicable Me, and then we've got a Koopa. That's generic little guy. Oh, and we've got Smurfs back here. So, oh, and I think we have a Skylander right there. So really awesome haul. We've got all kinds of things here. Let's take a closer look at some of these things today. It's just, I can't believe how much was packed into that $2.99 bag. And out of all the keepers, I think I'm spending about 18 cents for all the keepers, about 17 keepers out of all of this here. So let's show you what I'm keeping today. So starting off the haul here, there's this awesome bearded dragon here. Now, let's see here. I'm not sure if there's actual markings on here. Well, it looks like there are, though. Made in China, 1995. Not really sure what brand that is, but it's very Schleich-like. If you are familiar with Schleich, it's hyper detailed and hand painted kind of molded figures here. No articulation on these little guys, but for some reason this really speaks to me. Even though it's a very generic kind of animal, it's done very well. I just love the amount of detail that's in it, all the awesome spikes, and the paint job is exceptional. I love the blended and airbrushed kind of look to it, and just a really nice dragon. If I have any online information as well as for pricing, it'll be flashed across the screen down here, just to sort of compare my whole 18 cents per keeper compared to what I might find this on eBay for. So a really nice, I believe it's a bearded dragon. I could be wrong. I might have a different title for it on my information below here, but a really cool find, I think. Right. Moving on to these little guys. Now they seem really odd, actually. This armadillo looking, pointy-nosed guy. Now, the only reason why this speaks to me, and this is just going to be a throwback to my childhood, I used to play with a brown version of these characters when I was a kid, when I was 6 or 7 or even 8 years old. I was still playing with these awesome little characters, before the days of iPads and phones and computer games and such. I mean, I would play with a bunch of these things, and I would collect baggies of all these little figures, and I put them all in this little shoebox, and that would be the arena, and I'd put them in one at a time, and they'd basically have a big Royal Rumble with each other. So these just have personal value to me. I don't think I'm going to find something like this on eBay, but I cannot believe that they still have this mold coming out as toys that are more recently released. I mean, they're not overly painted well or anything like that. This guy's missing his tail. I'm going to say that he lost it in battle. And it's roughly painted. It's not very well done. But for me personally, this really speaks to my childhood, because this exact same figure, just brown, is something I used to play with. So that's just a throwback to my own childhood there. This really weird armadillo looking creature here. Pretty cool. So this is obviously one of the, I think it's one of the Superchargers, made for McDonald's. Actually, on the bottom here it says it was made by Activision 2016, so it's a very recent Skylander, only a couple of years old, and I believe it's from the Superchargers set. So it's probably released with Happy Meals at one point, and a really cool looking shark driver there. The Superchargers was kind of a different kind of Skylander game versus you being on foot with characters that you put on the Skylander portal. You could actually put these drivers in different vehicles and race. So an interesting, cool figure. I don't think I have too many Skylanders Supercharger figures, so this one really adds personal value to my collection. Love the amount of detail, like the nice bumpy body there, a little bit of extra detailing in the wheels and on the body here. I love the spikes, translucent spikes, and I love the paint job on the character here, nice gray with the contrasting orange. Very cool. 2016 McDonald's Happy Meal toy for the Skylanders Superchargers. Now this little guy is just a communication kit. It actually has all the pieces in it, and you're basically, you can send secret messages and such like that. I'm not sure what this red piece is for. It might be part of the decoding thing, but you can send, like, there's a secret code sheet and a decryptor and stuff like that. It's really just neat. I'm not probably going to use this myself, but on a personal, cool factor level, I kind of like that. I've been kind of drawn to Teen Titans lately because I've been finding so many different figures and stuff like that. So finding a little communication kit kind of mixes it up for my collection here. Really nice art on the front, obviously based on the Teen Titans Go animated series, and really nice. A nice change up for my collection there. So Teen Titans communication kit right there. Mixing it up even more, I've got a Wendys Kids Meal fun board game, a 3D board game. Now I'm not going to take this out because I just have too much stuff going on here, but apparently it's a 3D board game. So you basically put all these panels into the slots on the board, and it actually becomes a 3D board game, like a mini board game. Quite a unique find, actually. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. And I keep forgetting that Wendys does have a kids meal kind of line of toys or novelties. So this is actually really cool. I think that's a really interesting item, something unique. Big fun for the whole family, it says. Well, I'll take its word for it. And it even has the board game rules on here, so it's just a nice, concise package and a really interesting idea. So a 3D board game from Wendys Kids Meals, a really nice find from my friends over at Salvation Army. Moving on, I've revealed at one point a really cool Sleepy Smurf, Sleepy Dwarf from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs in a squeeze toy. Well, this happens to be a squeeze toy as well. Cookie Monster holding a big rattle. Probably not a lot of value on eBay. If I do see something and I flash it across the screen, I'll be very surprised because this is a squeeze toy. It really is a squeeze toy. I probably a pet toy versus a baby toy, although I have seen babies play with like squeezy toys like this that talk. So it is in pretty rough condition, though. The eyes are a little bit rough, and you can sort of see the paint has been scuffed up pretty hard here. But as far as detailing goes, it's actually really neat. It's got a nice pattern here for the fur, and it really captures Cookie Monster, although I don't ever see him holding a gigantic rattle. I would see him holding cookies instead. But a really interesting Sesame Street piece for sure, a little Cookie Monster squeeze toy. Not bad. Moving on, we've got these awesome little Smurfs. Now, these are both Smurfette Smurfs. Now, I know we know Smurf as being this, but the Smurfettes are the female Smurfs versus just the regular male Smurfs. And these are both Smurfettes. Smurfette, the Smurf, we know that. And this is another character from Smurfs: The Lost Village. So she's holding a flower. I forget her name. If I have her name, it's going to be on the screen here. But these are from Happy Meal toys, and they usually come with a mushroom house. And so every mushroom house came in a different color and two different toys. So you would have two pairs of Smurfs to collect, and you would eventually have a nice village to put on your tabletop with all these Smurfs wandering around. So these ones are probably the least detailed or well done manufactured McDonald's toys, because I praise McDonald's toys for all their detail, but this particular line, they really did a minimalistic job on the figures. So a lighter, cheaper plastic, and very minimal detailing in the Smurfs themselves. The white eyes, the blue, and then the contrasting hair, the yellow and green for the flower here. And this one is a cream color versus the white. So they're nice. They're not like It's not like finding those Schleich-like characters, but a cute addition to my growing Smurf collection. I've got to do a collection highlight video soon. So there you go, Smurfs from the Smurf the Lost Village McDonald's Happy Meal toys. So moving on here, we've got two kind of generic, well, not so generic. This is actually, it really reminds me of the caterpillar from A Bug's Life. But being red and such, I'm not sure if this is actually the same character. So, but because it reminds me of him, I'm going to keep it. But this one, it looks like it's a figure for some sort of other, like some sort of vehicle maybe, or it's just part of a play set that it got separated from. But if I look at it really up close, there's a lot of detail in his figure here. Like, I don't know if you happen to know who this might be or where it's from. Please leave me a comment below. I really love the purple color scheme. I love the contrasting silver detailing here. Sorry as I get it back in focus there. But you can sort of see just the amount of detail in his jacket, which is really, really impressive. Very sci-fi with the shoulder pads or shoulder panels sticking out there, and then we've got this respirator kind of thing going on. So I'm not sure who this is, but for a little minifigure, that's a really cool keeper there. Probably not going to find any online information about him unless I knew what series he's from, but if you happen to know, please leave me a comment. Now you may be wondering what's in here. But this is actually, I can't demonstrate it because the table is so full, but there's GRU waiting to be launched. Now if I press this button, he actually launches right out of there. So I was a little confused about it when I was unpacking my my haul here for the table, but it is the GRU with the launcher, which is really cool. So it fits in there. There's a little slot there that lines up with the little stick in there, and it's spring loaded, so if you click it in place and lower the panel, when you're ready to launch GRU across the floor, he launches out of there. So that's actually really cool that it's complete. So I'm not sure if this was from McDonald's or from Burger King. Again, my information down below will verify that. Actually, I can even verify it right now. It was made for McDonald's, and it was from 2017, so just the last year, so probably for Despicable Me 3. So a really cool GRU launcher from McDonald's. That's awesome. Now I have this guy tilted over just to verify, but I thought maybe this was actually a McDonald's toy, but this is not. It's got a 1989 Nintendo of America copyright on the bottom. This is one of the Koopas, and it's the flying one, but this might actually be from Nintendo, and that's interesting. He's got a spring-loaded back legs, which is cool. So it would maybe imply with this little nub on the outside, maybe it was kind of launched or something. I don't know. But it like, regardless, I love Nintendo stuff, obviously. I love Mario. And this is a really, really nice rendition. Really nice detailing in the shell, as you can sort of see in the light there. And a really nice representation of him. It's very much true to the video game self as well. It has been well loved, though. You can tell that it is pretty old. So 1989, yeah, this is an old toy. I'll have to check up on eBay what this is, but really nice version of the flying Koopa from Mario Brothers. So really nice find there. Obviously, these Minions complement the Despicable Me 3 and or Minions movies here, depending on the year that they were released. This one is from 2017, so this was probably from Despicable Me 3, and this one, I believe, is from the same year. It is. And this one really speaks to me. I love this one. This one, like, vibrates when you wind him up. I'm not sure what he does. I have to sort of, oh no, that's right, this is a hot potato one, where you have to wind it up, and as it's vibrating, you have to pass it around, and when it stops vibrating, the one who's stuck with it is out. So that's a hot potato toy. But this guy, I really love because it's lifting weights, and me being on a fitness journey, that is just awesome. So seeing the guy getting all jacked up and in beast mode there, that is really cool. There's just a lever on the back that will control the arms going up and down, up and down. Ooh, 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 ooh. So that's awesome. I think it's going to make its way to the background for sure. So some awesome Despicable Me 3 Minions to add to my collection. Really cool. Those are awesome. Moving on and almost finishing with the haul here, obviously we have Lucy, very grumpy Lucy, and we'll see if she still talks. You blockhead, yes. I've been kissed by a dog, she says. So yes, the battery still works on this. These were released, I think it's 2015 now. I'm going to have to double check that. But yes, this is from the Peanuts movie when they were promoting that through McDonald's Happy Meals. So I do have this one already. It's probably going to make its way to the Overflow Marketplace for some other collector. But yeah, these Happy Meal toys are really awesome just because I just love the amount of detail, how it really represents like a really, like, what I love about action figures is that it's a 3D analog, like it's something you can hold versus like character versus something that you see just on the screen. So when I see something that is depicted all the way around in 3D into a figure like this, it's really well done. I mean, I love the amount of detail they put in the hair, the nice individual hairs that they put in there, really good painting for the eyes and mouth. There is no articulation on this. It's completely molded, so she's stuck in this position. She stands very well, obviously, as a character. And yeah, I just really love how McDonald's does these toys. So this is Lucy from the Peanuts movie Happy Meal toys right there. So grumpy though. Why so serious, Lucy? And then obviously we finish off the haul with these awesome Singh figures. These are very, very common in thrift stores. Really not hard to find at all. Although I don't think I've found this one before. I think I have her, but I don't know if I have this one. And this one, I'm not sure if it, oh, maybe it talks. Yes. Okay, so that one still works. This one, let's see if I can get it to go here. I don't know how. Oh, there you go. So they do talk. They still talk, and they're basically bump activated. Like if you tap on the Singh figure, they will speak. So the batteries are still working on this. Obviously, they still, and it's a good thing that they have an off switch because it could get really tiring really fast. But they are very well done. Again, McDonald's mass producing these figures, they do a really good job. I mean, look at the amount of detail in her headdress here. You know, that's really awesome. You got some additional detail in the figure down here. Nice little cross hatching in the dress, and really nicely painted. Really, really nicely printed there. And here, although this one's a little bit more of a less dynamic outfit, even the sweatshirt still has detail. It's not just a flat surface. They put some work into this, this, and it's really nice. Like, there's some texture in the trunk. There's obviously the mic has the cross hatching as well. Those are really good, So some awesome Singh figures. Whoops, some awesome Singh figures to finish off the haul today. So this is Richard from Richard's Corner signing off for now. Now you will notice that I didn't cover any of the generic stuff on the side there. So the soldiers, the dinosaur, the creatures, like they're just not things that I'm probably going to keep. I will offer them to our youngest here just to sort of see, but I mean the bearded dragon is mine. So anything that I didn't touch on is just too generic. It's probably going to either get passed down to the younger ones here, or they will get redonated for someone else to pick up. So either way, I think I walked out way ahead. Again, I think I spent about 18 cents each for each individual piece that I'm keeping, and that works out way ahead even for just one or two pieces that would easily cost $10 or $20 on eBay. So really crazy pricing online. This is why I do thrifty hunting, and this is why I love what I do. So I hope you enjoyed this haul, guys. I wish you happy hunting and happy collecting, and hope that all of your finds, whether they're thrifty or otherwise, are equally awesome. I hope you'll hit like and or subscribe so that you stay in touch with me and know what is new and happening here at Richard's Corner. And please consider hitting that little bell icon so that you are instantly notified when I upload a new video. Thanks again for visiting Richard's Corner, guys. We couldn't be here without you, and we will see you next time. Thanks for visiting Richard's Corner, guys.